Here's a quick tour of my 2004 Subaru Forester STI SG9. I thought I'd do a quick video kind of like detailing the car and showing all the details about it, pretty much to document the process along the way. Because the last car I had, I kind of forgot to do that. I just imported it. I got it about a month ago from Japan. I guess I'll start off with the rims because that's one of my favorite parts. There's Pro Drive on it. I just got them in the Firehawk Indy 500s, just wrapped them. The old tires that I had were cracking, so I had to change the tires to pass the safety. So I'm like, fuck it, let me get some good tires. The rotors, one of my favorite details. You want to show the one on the back here? It's blue rotors. I don't know what company it's from or where the guy got it, but it's honestly one of my favorite details. It kind of makes the car pop a little more and ties into the World Rally detail, the blue colors. So this is the pre-facelift version, so it has a much more aggressive front end. And I kind of like the ones that don't have the fog lights. It says STI on it, but at the same time I kind of like this one because I don't see these around much with the fog lights, and they're also painted blue from factory, so it kind of ties into the whole color. And I'm planning to actually wrap the fog lights in pink as well as the side markers. It also does come with the STI front lip, which is apparently pretty rare and hard to find. And since the car doesn't have much else on it, this does help the look of the front feel a bit more aggressive and saves me money before I have to buy some more stuff and upgrade the car. And I'll show you around here. I'll show you the driver's side. So obviously the steering wheel is a little bit murked, but that's to be expected from a 20-year-old car. I'm not too mad about that. The seats itself are honestly in extremely immaculate condition. And they're the S204 seats. So unlike the other STIs that actually come with the blue seats and the blue panels all over the car, this has a bit more of a mature look, you could say. It's a darker color. And they did these in the S204, S205. And I don't know, I think it's a cool detail because they're a lot harder to come by. And it gives the car a bit of an extra special feel to it. Show some details. So yeah, the car has 112,000 kilometers, which is pretty reasonable for the car. Everything else I was finding was over 150K, some of them are 200K, so this seemed to be about the lower mileage I could find. Some of the inner details in the car, it has those pretty cool flexible baskets on the side that really kind of helps with storage, versus some of the regular cars just have hard cup holders, but these are a bit flexible, which is kind of cool in my opinion. Obviously, one of my favorite parts is this cup holder thing. It's honestly just super smart and super convenient when you're driving versus having it in the center console, like right over here. It's a lot more convenient. Has this weird free box thing in here. I don't know what I want to put in there. Another set of cup holders. Got some cup holders in here. One thing that's super cool, originally I was a bit bummed out realizing that these don't come with heated seats for like cooler fall season. But I guess the previous owner did something pretty interesting, and he somehow installed these buttons here. So I originally thought this was just going to be like an automatic recliner, but when I got the car, I realized this is actually heated seats. So these seats actually didn't come in a heated version, but the guy, I don't know how he did it. He probably went to some company, they opened it up, they put some heaters in here, and it honestly feels really nice. And definitely hotter than the last one I had. So another thing I didn't want to talk about is actually the floor mats over here. So pretty cool. It came with Forester floor mats. They're kind of tacky and weird, but it almost kind of fits in the era. I do kind of like it. Another really cool detail, the pedals were an OEM Plus upgrade. So they're the STI pedals, and they're a bit more grippy, a bit more of an aggressive racing look to it. And I was going to buy that myself separately, but when I realized the car had it, I was pretty stoked about that. Some of the details here. So you have, this is actually the brake light. I think the use for this is actually when there's fog. You press it, and I'll just show you in the back really quickly. You can see back here the lights turn on. And my guess is when there's fog, I guess you put this button on, and it kind of helps the other drivers see where you are. Since it's in red, so it's a bit more amber and you can see a little better in the fog. You have for your headlights to adjust the angle. So it goes from 0 and you can go all the way up to 5. Gives you a couple adjustments. And then this on the interior now. So this is the head unit it came with. I do plan on putting the STI Genome gauges here eventually, but you can have, it's kind of cool. I don't know what kind of technology they have, but it's kind of cool. It pops up, you can put a CD, you can put an SD card. The previous owner put some interesting music on here. He put some Gundam music. if any of you are Gundam fans. Some sick early 2000s tunes for you. Oh, gee. And the speakers, honestly, on this car are really good. They have the tweeters, so if I show you right here, it comes with the tweeters on the side, which is another upgrade. It has the bass speakers in the front, some on the back, and it has a subwoofer all in the trunk, which we'll show you in a second. But it's nice, it kind of ties in. One thing I will have to do, let me turn off this music. The head unit over here, or this display, it is pretty common with these cars. You can kind of see the rubber peeling off and it becomes all sticky. I'm not sure what they use for these cars, but everyone that gets them, you always have to replace this whole connecting part. So I'm looking to order some online. I'm gonna try and strip the paint off of it and paint it black so it looks a lot cleaner, since now we have a matte black, a sticky glossy black, and a weird faded gloss. It just doesn't match very well. Oh, for those of you that remember, the cigarette lighters. This car came with it, and I think I'm gonna keep it just for the vibes, but I thought it'd be pretty cool. Little cigarette lighter, little homage to the older, back in the days. 6-speed manual, and these shifts are very short, and I really like it. It was weird at first to get used to, but once you get used to it, it's a really nice feeling. Then you have some more storage up here. So you have your glasses storage. It doesn't stay closed all the time. We have the lights. Some cool little things that Japan does pretty well is, utilize space very well. So here you have a little pencil holder. You can put your points cards for gas, or if your license in here, whatever you want. Regular mirror. So I'll show you a little bit about the back seats, which I do find them pretty convenient. Of course, in old fashion, you have a ashtray for your car. Pretty standard look to it. I really like the frameless look of the cars. And something I didn't realize is, I guess the cars in Japan, they literally tint the glass itself. So I booked an appointment for ceramic tints, and I was going to remove the old ones. And then the guy who was detailing the car, shout out to Subaru Auto, he told me that they're actually tinted. So I'm like, okay, I have to call these guys and let them know that I guess I'm just going to get a tint for the front frame. And just on the back here, of the car with the more mature, the darker look. The darker look follows the S204 look for the seats. One thing that I really find cool is if you look under here, there's a little latch. Let's say you're on a long road trip, you pull this latch, and you kind of have a little bit of lumbar support over here, and you can kind of lean back a little more, which does end up being quite more comfortable if you're doing a long trip. As well as compared to the sedans, you have a lot more headroom as it goes all the way through the back, so you feel a lot more comfortable, especially if you're a little bit of a taller person. There's more space up here. So I have an armrest over here, so if you ever get uncomfortable on the seat, you can kind of lean back on it. Gives you a bit of arm support. It's a bit more comfortable in the back, especially if you lean back the seat. It makes it a lot more comfortable for a longer trip. I didn't realize that the frame won't necessarily fit the car, so I just got these zip ties. Same old Forester look, nothing special, other than just being blue, and it is also a little bit lower than STI suspensions. We have, of course, more STI badging. We have one of my favorite details is just the JDM exhaust, which once again I was gonna buy an exhaust, but I found this one to be pretty mature. So it's not too loud, it's not too quiet. It's kind of right in the middle, and it's good for daily driving. And we'll show you in the trunk here, which is one of the best parts of the car. Came with this little cover to hold things in. Of course, snacks for the boys. Original Forester trunk mat, which is nice. So we have tons of storage. We have right here, I just have socks. After a long day, sometimes you gotta change your socks. We have just, some emergency cones if you pull over. If you pull this under, we have the spare tire. I've seen some people remove it and use it for more storage space. On top of this, we have another storage on the side. You have some extra plugs. I'm not gonna need it, but it's nice to have. Another storage on the side. Over here we have the jack stand and the lift. At the back, I'd assume this is for your torque wrench, but you could probably put an umbrella in there. You can fit some more storage. Then on the side here, we have another little hidden cubby. And just over here, we have a 12 volts with another little hidden spot, which is cool. You can charge stuff, whatever you want. Then we have the hooks, if you want to put a net. And then just on the side over here, I think it's a subwoofer. Don't quote me on that, but the audio sounds really good when I play music. So I'm gonna just say it's a subwoofer. Then I'll show one more time around the car. So yeah, we got the Brembos, the rims. One other thing that this year had that the years after didn't is on the interior, there's the STI badging. So the older years didn't have it, but this generation did, which is pretty cool. Little extra touch that just, you know, adds into the car. And then of course the roof rails. I do plan on getting camping gear eventually in the future, so I'm most likely going to put it on top and then go camping, hopefully go on some long road trips with all the utility the car has. We'll pop the hood. So of course more STI badging, because why not? And I did just get the engine clean, so it's perfect time to film. The radiator that came with the car was actually leaking, so I got this Koyo rad. You know, might as well get something a little bit more performance-based, since I do plan on upgrading it in the future. You know, we have the STI strut towers braces, which is really cool. Another thing that I was planning on buying, but it comes with the original braces in the Sakura pink color, which is really awesome, and ties into the whole theme and the colors I want to do with the car, my whole kind of vision for it. And then everything else is a standard. Other than that, pretty standard car. Haven't done anything else to the engine. It is kind of sucks to see this peeling off, but hopefully, you know, in the future, hopefully I plan on bringing it to Subi Sanctuary. Awesome guys there. They do lots of good work on Subis, and hopefully get the whole car restored, fix up some of the patchy paint work on the car. Like I'll just show you quickly on the roof. Got a little bit of clear coat peel around here. There's a small dot of rust from probably a rock chip, but you know, little things, they can be fixed. There's nothing major for the most part. So that's about it. Just a little tour around the car, and then I guess I'll try and start posting videos along the way. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I do want to document some of the process I'll be doing with the car. It's been a pretty crazy journey importing it, but it's not bad. If you guys want, let me know. I'll post a video of the import process, bring it over to Canada, whatever.
Turn up for me. Sluggy, hello, me and my nigga, we thug, hello, I'ma fuck these hoe, hello, shawty won't be my, hello, I can't fuck these hoe forever, yo, I gotta get this money, I'm too clever, all white, be your sweater,